This is an Elemental Hero deck, original deck list. I'm going to start off with the extra deck. I use 3 Shinings just for the beatdown effect. When Elemental Hero is banished, it gains 300 attack per one, and when it's sent to the grave, you add it back to your hand. I run 2 Elemental Hero Sub-Zeros for its chain effect purpose of when it leaves the field, destroy all monsters. Chain it with Masked Hero, Acid. I run 1 Flame Wingman just for its piercing damage, 1 Wild Heart for the effect of destroying cards, Thunder Giant to destroy monsters, Rainbow Neos because he's a 4500 beat stick, return monsters to the deck, return spells to the deck, and return your opponent's whole grave to their deck. I'll chain like a Clayman or something with this with Mass Change to destroy a monster and special summon a hero. I run 2 of him. Acid, take away 300 attack from your opponents when I summon it because I destroy all their spells and traps. Goka, just one of them in case cards. Get all the plus 100 for each hero in the grave. And then I run 2 Exceeds. Blade Armor Ninja, so 2200 beat stick attacks twice. And Heroic Challenger Excalibur for the fact that it's 4000 attack and can get over just about anything your opponent plays. Now for the main deck. I run 3 Elemental Hero Sparkmans for the Elemental Hero Shining, and it's 1600 beat stick. It's also good for Thunder Giant. Key card in Elemental Heroes Classic. 3 Avions for the same reason, except for the Shining, I use it for Wild Heart. 2 British Tricks to use for Goka and or Flame Wingman. 2 Elemental Hero Neos Alias, which can be used if I normal summon it for a Gemini effect. Can be used for Rainbow Neos and or Shining. I run 2 Ice Edge for its effect of attacking directly and destroying a spell or a trap card your opponent controls. And it's my key card in getting out Acid or Sub-Zero. Clayman is an excellent line of defense, but also really good to get other stuff such as Master Hero DN. 2 King of the Swamps if I have a bad hand to get Polymerization in my hand, or just substitute for Fusion. Neospacian Grenwall, just for that moment when your opponent has something strong out, you want to send it back to their hand. Lady Heat, just for the fact that she does damage each end phase, direct damage, which will wither your opponent away, or use her for Goka. 1 Wild Heart, since he's good for a rank 4 XYZ, and the fact that he can't be affected by traps. And then you have the heart of the Elemental Hero deck, Stratos. When he's normal summoned, you can add a hero from deck to hand, or depending on how many other heroes you have in the field, it destroys that number of spells and traps your opponent controls. Also good for rank 4 XYZ, or you can use him for a Great Tornado if you prefer. Elemental Hero Neos, obviously, beat stick and key reason, Elemental Hero Rainbow Neos. Next comes the traps. I run 1 Bottomless Trap Hole to stop my opponent from summoning stuff and banishing it. 1 Fiendish Chain if they summon something really threatening, stop it from attacking and negate its effects altogether. Hidden Book of Spell, target 2 spell cards in my grave, add it to the deck. Really good for things like Mass Change, Miracle Fusion, etc., etc. I run 2 Elemental Recharge, gain life based on how many elementals I control. Good to chain before your opponent attacks. Always good to run 3 of these, 3 polarizations, key to get out all your fusions, so that way you can actually do all your damage as heroes and swarm your field. I run 2 Mass Changes, and I use it as a strategy of chaining it during my battle phase for an extra attack, or wiping my opponent's field, equivalent to using a Judgment Dragon. Then I have Burial from a Different Dimension. When I banish them using a Fusion Gate, just send them back to the grave, and when some cards banished, it's good for Shining's effect. Our Righteous Justice, it's equivalent to a Stratos second effect. How many ever heroes I control destroy spells and traps equal to that. Miracle Fusion, banish from my side of field or grave, and special summon 1 monster from my Fusion extra deck. I run 1 Emergency Call to add a hero to deck, obviously. 1 Fusion Gate for the simple fact if you're having a hard time drawing a Polymerization, this you can do as many fusions that turn as you want. Heavy Storm, get rid of my opponent's backfield because he'll have stuff such as Solemn and Bottomless which can mess up our deck. Monster Reborn pretty much speaks for itself, special summon something from your grave or your opponent's if it's good. Burden of the Mighty is next. Really good for your opponent to... It's hard for your opponent to get around for the simple fact that That extra 100 attack can destroy one of my monsters, but with them losing it equal to their level, it makes it hard. For the final card, Reinforcement of the Army to add low 4 low warrior type, which, as everybody knows, Heroes is pretty much a warrior-based deck. So, that's it. That's it, guys.